Yesterday, a patient in your care died brutally in front of you.
I need to find an explanation for what happened.
It's smiling at me. It's smiling at me.
Why is it that everybody else who's seen it is dead and you're alive? I've seen it too.
You?
Get away from me! How long between each victim's death?
None of them survived longer than a week.
Today's my 4th day. I am not gonna keep running. I have to face it.
How does it make you feel?
What's going on? We are back. We are live, and we have a new horror movie review to do. No, it's not Halloween, but we are still got the horror movie reviews to do. This actually came out, I can't remember, was this October or before October? I think it was September, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was September. Anyway, we did get a good round of horror movies as far as quality-wise at the later part of this year. Barbarian, and then coming across this one, which I actually enjoyed. Not original, but I enjoyed. What's going on, Nadia?
But
Appreciate you coming through. Got a new one for us. Smile. Paramount Plus. What else we watch on Paramount Plus? Orphan, First Kill.
yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
And
Trying to hit
was
us with-
Halloween's in? Was Halloween? Was
Peacock.
it Peacock? Okay.
Peacock.
Okay. I've been getting Paramount Plus and Peacock confused. Dumbass.
They kind of both been getting some exclusives. This one kind of was a hit somewhat at the box office, but I kind of feel like it kind of hit early as far as video on demand. So, going into this, how do you feel? Does this remind you of any other horror movies, past or present?
The Ring.
Definitely.
The the funny thing about The Ring, we was talking about PG-13 movies and how Megan is PG-13. The Ring was PG-13 too, and it got its point
This is
across.
rated R too, ain't it?
I think. Hold on, let me see. No,
I'm
but
not
I'm
even
talking about.
sure.
We was talking about Megan yesterday, and
Yeah.
it was like, damn, it's PG-13. But The Ring was PG-13 too. Yeah, this is rated R definitely because it was lots of blood. Those were some disturbing pictures.
I think it was a couple F-bombs in this one too. But as far as what this reminded me of, it's a couple of them, and that's why I was saying this is not original to me. The Ring.
Nah.
And this is spoilers as far as Smile. As far as that whole dread ending or whatever, thinking you got away or whatever, The Ring. The Apparition. I don't know if you ever seen this, but this is not really a good movie, by the way. It ain't that good. But it's kind of got that similar tone as far as being haunted by this entity or whatever, and that grim ending. It follows. Not so much as a grim ending, but just the whole thing with only
ambiguous
being
ending.
able to...
It was it follows had an ambiguous ending. It was like, did she pass it? Is it over? Or
yeah. Because you had old buddy walking behind them. Yeah, you right.
Yeah.
But as far as her, and it follows only being able to see this one thing or this entity similar to this girl in Smile, only seeing this one person or these people being taken over and smiling at her, whatever. Similar to Drag Me to Hell. She going through this thing as far as being tortured or being attacked or whatever, leading
I
up
did
to
not
her
like
thinking
Drag Me to Hell.
it was all right. It was straight.
It's because I went into it thinking it was gonna be serious, and it kept trying to be funny, and I was like,
Hey,
it
shout out to
it wasn't funny to me. It was, and then it wasn't
wasn't,
scary.
but
So I was
Sam
just
Raimi,
like,
that's why I don't like
Yeah,
kind of his
I know.
horror like that. Justin Long, he kind of did his thing in Drag Me to Hell. He didn't get jacked up or nothing in it.
he did not. He did not. He did not. Did end up disfigured, dismembered, turned into another species. He
wasn't an asshole or nothing. I mean, he was.
Nice.
He didn't do nothing stupid. Oh, he did. He brought her the button back.
Button.
Damn.
He did fuck up. What's
Her
Falling?
being another one who thought she was gonna get away. Denzel Washington. This is kind of the first of these movies actually, and he's being not so much
I've
hunted,
never seen that.
but he's being chased by this entity that's kind of a serial killer, if I'm not mistaken. Or y'all let me know if I'm wrong, but it might be not a serial killer, but this kind of demon thing or whatever, but switches bodies from different people or whatever. And it's more of a thriller than a horror movie. But he is the same thing. And Smile has a similar ending to Fallen, where he pretty much says he got to isolate himself to try to get this thing or whatever, to kill it or whatever. He actually goes about it way smarter than Old Girl, too. Way smarter.
We gonna get there. We gonna get there.
Going into Smile, we actually open up with this kind of I ain't gonna say grisly image, but kind of like, damn, who is this woman that's laying on this bed?
I knew she was dead. It was just like, damn.
I don't think she did right here.
No, she did. She is dead in this one. You don't see her mouth?
Yeah,
you see the stuff she dead. She OD'd. You see, it started panning around. You see the pills. You see the mess. It's like she a drug. She on them painkillers hard. She on something.
And she on those drugs or she on some type of medication, but
she was abusing what's it called? Prescription medication.
And we don't really know who this woman is because she's being shown throughout the movie. She kind of just comes in here and there or whatever, and it's like, who is this woman? And there's got to be some connection to Rose, of course. Speaking of, after this, we are introduced to Rose, and she's a psychiatrist or a therapist. No, she's a doctor. I know that much.
She might be a psychologist. It's different because psychiatrists can prescribe medicine, but psychologists can't. It's just psychologists are more analyzers, so they just take notes and tell you what you might.
Because she's dealing with people with mental issues.
Yeah, and then therapists, that's a totally different thing. Like, it's different. So I don't know, but she kept saying she a doctor, so I believe she is psychiatrist.
You're right, because she had to go to a therapist, and I'm thinking like she went to
a psychiatrist. That's why she kept asking for the pills. That's like I said. I looked into this because I love psychology. That's why like stuff like this is interesting to me because she went about it the psychology route. Like, why would somebody do this and all the logical thinking? That's what
even the ending is kind of like that meaning, right? As far as the whole thing saying you can't escape your mind or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Yes, Rose though, man, she's pretty much what you said, a psychiatrist? Psychologist. Mm-hmm. Dealing with people with mental issues. And one of the first people she's actually dealing with is this young lady. And it ain't really
Charlie first.
Oh, the man, yeah. But he was just
to me it seemed like he on the spectrum, and it seems like he lost whoever was taking care of him, and not having that person and not being able to process death and grief. So therefore he was doing a lot of scripting because my son does scripting. So like
this is Charlie.
He's just saying what people been telling him, you know, it's okay, we're all gonna die, you're gonna die, your mom died. And that's what he was saying because he doesn't know how to cope. So it seemed like he got more issues than just him just being crazy. He seemed like he might be on the spectrum or something. And he's like
literally dealing with issues though.
Yeah.
Not like supernatural shit. And
he
the girl right here that she's talking to actually is dealing with like real supernatural shit. It ain't like she got mental issues. It ain't like she's actually depressed or anything like that. Like she's really going through something. Like she's seeing shit.
Mm-hmm.
But my girl Rose is pretty much like, yeah, you're gonna be all right, man. See, what you gotta do is you gotta calm you down, you gotta calm your mind and stuff. And my girl is like, no, nigga, you're not listening. Like, I'm seeing shit. Like, something is really wrong. Something is going on with me. This scene, I guess for me, Rose, because I didn't know what she was seeing, so
we didn't know how to take it
as far as when she started to get attacked.
Yeah, they gave us no shadows, no figures, no nothing. It was just she freaking out, and then she's sitting there, and then she breathing weird, and it's like, so I've had a panic attack before.
That's what I was thinking about. Like,
oh my God. When you have a panic attack, like you literally have to calm down or you're gonna hyperventilate and pass out. And you know, so like I like just watch. So she thinking she just having a panic attack and passed out. You know, then she turned around. She turned around. This bitch just standing there.
And she got cool and collective as far as the girl that Rose is talking to that pretty much looked like she was hyperventilating real bad or something. Mm-hmm. But she pretty much starts to cut herself, which I don't know why I didn't get that image. But my girl pretty much starts to cut the shit of herself, cut her own face while she's smiling with Rose standing right there. And she gets to see this. Traumatized. Again. Which we don't really have a full understanding as far as what's going on with Rose going into this and what she's really traumatized from as far as why she's even doing this job. And she explains when she starts to have this conversation with her sister or whatever. But yeah, after that situation, we get an introduction to one of her exes who's pretty much coming on to the scene after this girl killed herself.
Well, he was assigned to that. It ain't like he chose it. And when he showed up, we did. You know, it's funny with that scene. I didn't even like. I was trying to figure out like why was his. I felt like his body language was that way because he knew how much she respected her feel, and then the way he was just talking about the people just being crazy, like they just. I hate when people say that shit.
He had feelings for us still too. Of course.
Yeah, but I'm saying like you could tell like he was irritated by his partner, and I was like, why is he so irritated? But then when I saw
she is engaged, by the way, as far as Rose.
Then I saw them throughout the rest of the movie. I was like, oh, that's why he was so irritated by his. Because I thought it was just like you being disrespectful type of shit. But I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. And you are talking about the part, my man right here.
Yeah. I think his name is Joel. I could be wrong.
I think, yeah, you're right, Joel. I wasn't keeping up too many people's names because I'm mainly following Rose and just the shit she starts to deal with. Because after this situation, things immediately start to get crazy. It ain't no build up, ain't no, well, we got to wait a little bit. No, she immediately starts to see shit and shit is not right. One of the first people she starts to see this with is her patient, was it Charlie?
No, she see the lady. She's at home because this is when she break the first glass. She at home and she drinking wine and she thinks she sees the client over there face.
Are you talking about her?
Yeah, she thinks she sees her in the kitchen and she drops the glass and her husband Trevor comes in. And Trevor was like, what's wrong? And then she tell him what happened, and he helps her, and he cleans up the mess, and then...
Is this when she pulled a knife out on him? Well, not on him, but...
That's the first... This is their first encounter at home, like when we're first introduced to Trevor. So then the next day, she go back to work. Bitch, why? Hell no. Mm-mm. So she go back to work. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she goes back to... No, she just goes back to work the next day. Because this is like day. And by the way, this is a real good jump scare scene. You know what's funny?
That was a good scene.
None of the jump scares got me, and I don't know why. I feel like I'm just desensitized from watching so many horror movies, but like none of them got me. But I could see just some people it would have got to, but for me, I was just like, damn. It
didn't necessarily get me, but it was a good scene.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
Even rewatching it, still get me.
It was. I was mad because I was like, bruh, if I wouldn't have been so, if I wouldn't have be the person that watched so many horror movies, like that shit would have got me. But I was just like, damn. But anyway, so Rose, after seeing this girl basically cut her face from ear to ear, Rose goes back to work the next day. Bitch, why? Hell no. I would have automatically been like, leave, please. Paid leave.
Maybe it's the whole thing with her not wanting to sit at home or just dwell in that situation or whatever. And then it's always the fact that she's seeing certain things and dealing with her husband who don't want to hear that shit.
Well, at this point, we wasn't at that. So she go back to work, and then she just see Charlie sitting on the side of the bed smiling. And then Charlie stands up, and Charlie's like, you're gonna die, you're gonna die, you're gonna like what the hell?
Charlie got a couple scenes in here where he kept going into her.
So then she calls them to, you know, come get him because he's being erratic and aggressive, as she says. And when they come in, Charlie laying on the bed, and I'm like, oh shit, she's seeing shit already.
He attacked his ass, and he's sitting up there. What the hell going
And Charlie
on?
like, no.
Damn, I was asleep.
Exactly. So then, since she misreads the situation, her boss is like, you know, you need to take some time off. Here's your paid week leave, which she should have done in the first place, because ain't no goddamn way I would have went back to work the next day after watching somebody off themselves. So,
It's
but
what
anyway,
he's going through it. She's starting to not so much look too bad, but she's starting to basically look like she can't sleep. She ain't sleeping.
So then she go home and she chilling out, and she trying to feed the cat, and the cat
Mustache.
yeah,
I remember
mustache.
Mustache.
She couldn't find the cat, and I'm like, ma'am, that cat looked like it's an indoor cat all the time, and you can't find it. I was like, I already knew. So then that's when
I'm
she
a
goes
person
to
that
start.
my
Go
privacy.
ahead.
I even want to be in a situation where I got a home in, like, you know, kind of middle of nowhere. But this scene in particular, where she out looking for Mustache and that whole woods and everything, I'm like, yeah, this ain't it. See, that ain't it. I need to see some type of lights where I can yell if I need to. I need help.
Hey!
You know?
Hey, they
Don't
trying
do
to
me like
find
trick
me.
or treat and just look through the window and see me getting attacked. But I understood that situation. Both of y'all kind of shell. But anyway,
But yeah. So the next day she go to so that night, I think that's when she was listening to the tape. And because she had recorded her session with the client that, you know, killed herself. So yeah, so she's listening to it and she hears something when the client has gone quiet. And that's when she was rewinding it, and they come with the scare. I was like,
Laura.
man, yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Ain't this when she fell out the chair and pulled the knife out?
No, that's still later on.
I could have sworn this is when she fell out that chair and
No.
pulled that knife out.
This is before she goes to her nephew's birthday. Because she buys him a little train, wraps it up all nice. She trying to just go about her normal day. Just trying to be normal. Just trying to forget about all this shit. Trying to forget about the trauma, block it out. She goes to her nephew's birthday party. Nephew opened up the present. It's Mustache. I was like, first of all, and
I was sitting there with him. I'm looking at like him as far as what the hell is he looking at? What's going on? What's in your present, man? What's
in the box?
Shout out to 7 reference.
Yo, so I'm just like, logically speaking, as much as you saw her face and you saw her looking for the cat, and she's a psychologist, why the fuck do you think she would do this to her nephew after what she's been through? Like, I just don't see why everybody around her is just like, oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's crazy. And I'm just like, y'all don't love her. Y'all don't care about her. And y'all don't listen to her. Yes, because I'm like, logically speaking, y'all saw how devastated she was when she was holding that cat. Why the fuck would she do that? And then this is what he was making me mad. I got mad because I was like, I mean, I get what he's saying, because, like, you know, self-preservation, and he has this idea for their life together, but he knew what she came from, and then he just, like, not even listening to her and not even trying to rationalize shit, not even speaking.
But he did that immediately.
He was
like, he didn't give it a chance. Like,
yes, just dismissing. He was like, see, your mama crazy, and that's why you crazy. Nigga, Nick, you don't love her. Please leave her alone. Please don't marry her.
And in the midst of this going on, as far as the whole situation with the cat and her nephew, she's still seeing this grinning ass nigga.
Right? Nope. Nobody else sees her though. And that's what I mean.
Grinning.
I'm just like, this is such a manic episode, and I don't understand why. Like, I'm not asking them to believe her, but like to think logically. Why the fuck would she give her nephew her dead cat? And why the fuck would she kill her cat? None of that is logical for her character at all. And what we was only like 30 minutes into the damn movie at this point. And I'm just like, y'all.
That's another thing I want to give this movie credit for, as far as the whole thing with the originality. You ain't got to be original, but at least make the execution good. And that's what they was kind of able to do, because these scenes are creepy. Girl sitting there just smiling at you. All the other kids just sitting there like, what's wrong? Why are you looking all crazy? But she just sitting there smiling, and it's terrible. It's creepy. Like, why are you looking so devious and evil?
Bruh,
and I'm like, what the fuck are you? What are you?
Oh,
I'm like,
once we get to see. And
I'm like, damn, what's up with y'all in these horror movies lately? We getting with these type of figures. we gonna get to it, but yeah. She's still seeing these cheesing ass niggas. They want to keep smiling at her, making her paranoid. So, hell, it gets to a point where she goes to the only person they want to listen to, her ex.
Yep.
We getting into investigation mode. Once again, the similarities with all these other movies.
Not to mention, her damn husband called the psychiatrist because he felt like she was unwell, which I felt like that was a good move and he was trying. But the fact that he dismissed her and didn't listen to her at all, and then the argument they got into in front of the therapist or psychiatrist, I was like, if that, please get what is it? Unengaged? Like, because y'all don't.
She was making some valid points though. She was like, I came to confine in you. You didn't want to listen to me. And it's like, damn, all right. Like,
and that's what I mean about how rational and logical she's speaking, but yet he don't even want to begin to listen to her. And I already knew as soon as she went to him, I was like, he gonna keep investigating, and he gonna find out. He gonna see the connection. He not stupid. He's a police officer. Like, and it seemed like he do like detective. He seemed like he do like detective work.
Even besides him being a police officer, he's listening.
Well, also she didn't come straight out and be like, it's an entity. You know what I mean? She would, because like with her husband, which with her fiance, she should have been able to be that irrational with him, and he still, believe her to some extent. But the fact that he was just dismissing it right off the gate, it's like, like I said, I get it because self-preservation, but at the same time,
deal with it. You want somebody else to deal with this shit.
At the same, because like you happy as long as I fit into this little picture, this happy picture. And shit. I was like, ooh, child.
But they do start to make some connections to other people who are dealing with the same situation that she dealing with. Even with the girl that killed herself in her session or whatever.
Teacher. Mm-hmm. It just led to a chain of people.
Suicides. And them doing the suicides in front of people.
Yes.
So once again, she feels like maybe I can go confine in somebody since when she leaves the ex and she goes to talk to her sister. She's like, look, I think I done figured some things out. She ain't, like you said, she don't go straight out to the ex with what she's saying, but she do go to her sister like, I'm cursed. Like this, I'm cursed.
Exactly. And as me having siblings, if I say some shit like that to my siblings, they gonna think I'm crazy. But at the same time, it's like, what did you do? What happened? Like they gonna be trying to do some investigation shit too. They ain't gonna just be like, this bitch crazy.
Devil's advocate, her sister was like, well, we done been through this shit. I feel like I am wrong for leaving you in that situation. Like, she kind of go into the past and start saying certain things about what they done been through, especially when we finally finding out that their mother committed suicide. And she pretty much comes out to say that. And
the fact that Rose was left to find her dead. And the fact that the sister wasn't there. And I don't know how big of an age difference it is, but it was big enough that the sister wasn't there.
I think Rose said she was 10. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but how old was the sister?
She couldn't have been no more than maybe 2 or 3 years older, a little bit. I don't know how she did that then. I don't know.
Because maybe she was 15, because she could have just, if at 15, you got some freedom at 15. Especially if you have a parent that don't give a fuck.
But she was gone though, like out of there.
Oh, I mean, she might have been at work at a friend's house, and when your home life is fucked up, you find a way to not be at home, no matter what age you are. I don't care what.
True. That's true.
Because I know
The thing
some
about
people that
Rose,
had some
though-
fucked up home lives, and they found a way to not ever be at home.
Definitely. Especially if you're dealing with certain situations where you don't want to deal with your parents or your parents coming at you about certain things or even being abused and all that type of stuff. It's
Mhm.
the whole nine. But the way Rose comes at her, even when her sister tells her about the whole situation with their mother, she like, yeah, I dealt with that situation. Now I'm trying to help people who deal with the same situation I dealt with. Not just go
Mhm.
live in some cozy house or whatever and be this picket wife or whatever.
Stay at home mom. She went in on her, but at
What's
the
going
what
on,
up,
the homie?
homie?
She
But
said
yeah,
she
but
coming
at the
through.
same time, like they need sibling counseling. They needed sibling counseling
Both of them.
because like
Together.
for them to both have dealt with this situation at a young age, and I say young because we don't know how old the sister was, but like
She's
damn,
still dealing with her own thing too, her sister, the oldest one.
well, she feel guilty because she left her there. Because her sister had nowhere to go, like nowhere to get out. But cause she should have took her sister with her. Like I don't
You know the
know,
thing
like
about Rose though? Rose is like, nigga, it really don't got shit to do with that. I'm
Yeah.
being fucking curt, like this shit is coming out. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm just trying to get rid of this. I'm not worried about that right now. Yeah, I need to deal with it. I honestly do. But can we deal with this situation?
right.
But even with this scene being in the trailer, it still was a little freaky and creepy. When my girl Rose leaving the house and her sister pretty much coming back out there, I'm like, oh shit, she about to try to, you know what I'm saying, reconcile maybe. Nah, it's that damn entity playing with her again, her emotions.
Mhm. That shit is wild. And then her nephew basically saw her just sitting in the car screaming, and it was just like he don't. It's sad because like he don't know how to interpret that situation. He's like, "What's going on with my aunt? She gave me a dead cat." Like, you know. And I
One thing
just
about it is, this is what I enjoyed about the movie also as far as Rose as a character. Good performance as far as the actress, because the look in her face and the dread on her when all this is going on, and the fact that it's like, nigga, why stop? Leave me alone. And I'm right there with her, like, damn.
bruh, when she heard the entity call her name and tell her to come in, and she rolled back over and was like, I was like, that is a black, if that ain't a black person in a horror movie, no, I'm not.
Shout out
You
to
gonna have
Rose.
to look if
And
you
she
want
wasn't
me,
no
you gonna have
dummy,
to bring
like, yeah.
that shit was funny as hell. Mm-mm.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I think more than anything made me enjoy the movie because I felt dread too. It made me feel like I was right there with her, biting my goddamn nails. Oh, shit. Now whoever
you
gonna
could
pop
tell-
up again?
Yeah, you could tell she wasn't sleeping, and I feel like that's one of the things that the entity does to you, because the less you sleep, the more you get, the less you can fight your mind. You know, I don't know if you
Breaking
ever.
you
I
down.
don't know what's.
mentally.
Yeah, I don't know what's the longest you ever went without sleep, but like when you have a newborn, and I know your daughter isn't
yeah.
that old, so like, bruh, that not sleeping shit, that
I
you
give
really
me
start.
5 newborns. I deal with
Bruh.
them before I deal with this type of shit.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
Ain't even want nobody smiling at me in the middle of the night. No.
But
Gee, no. Especially like looking like this nigga when we get to
yeah,
hell no. Give
But
me
yeah.
Barbarian.
that's what
Give
I
me
thought about. Mama,
I suck a
baby, yeah,
I was sucking
right.
nipple.
You damn right.
I'm good.
I'll be
I
your
play
baby.
mommy. I'm good. Because this shit, man, after this situation though, and once again, this is the thing about this movie, it don't let up. It keeps
No, it
going,
don't.
and it keeps pulling your ass, pulling.
Bro, when I saw that it was almost 2 hours, and like we've already been introduced to
I didn't
everything,
know.
I was
I thought it
like,
was
where the
shorter than
fuck we
that.
gonna keep going? It didn't feel long, but I was just wondering when I had looked at it, I was like, where the fuck we about to keep going? Y'all didn't show. I was glad they kept going though.
It is a
It's
dread,
a mind
man.
fuck.
It's just dread. because you just this girl and you just like, damn, I feel bad for her. It won't stop. And once again, she goes back to her house. She trying to chill, blah. Don't she get the phone call first? But she ignore the phone call, but then she get the knock. And it's the counselor or the therapist. It's her therapist. And the therapist coming in there trying to talk to her or whatever, because you know they tried to confront her the other day or whatever. And even as an audience, I'm going along with this. I'm like, yeah, this is the therapist. But then she get a call, and it's the therapist on the phone. And I'm like,
then all of a sudden it's like,
oh my God, this nigga. Goddamn therapist. And shout out to the performances of the people who had to do the smile. Because goddamn, I'm like, how did your jaw feel while you sitting there? Creepy. Once again, the creepy factor. And I'm like, we ain't turning away. They still coming. Because once this girl starts walking towards her, and I'm like, oh, so you ain't just going to go away. You still coming. Slobbering and everything on some aliens type shit.
Right, yes.
They're Sigourney Weaver. But yes, my girls.
Yeah, so then we get Joel. Oh, go ahead.
Just pretty much her still going back into her whole investigation mode because she come across somebody that before she get to the person that she finds survived, she come across somebody's
wife.
Widow. Yeah, wife. And she kind of getting somewhat some answers, but not really.
Yeah, like it was with the whole drawing things made me think of Bird Box, which I never watched Bird Box, but I've seen so many clips of it. You might as well say not seen the damn movie.
What about the image of her husband? Was that not The Ring? That's not The Ring, my girl.
That's why I almost walked out of The Ring. Luckily, somebody else had paid for my ticket, and they was like, "Nah, we about to watch this shit." I was like, "I'm ready to go."
PG-13.
And as soon as they opened that closet, I said, "No, I'm ready to go." They was like, "Nope, he watching this shit." I was like, "Damn."
That man jaw twisted. And I think that's why I would have probably got as mad as the wife did, because I'm like, no, you trick. I'm not going into this because Rose trying to get answers. And she's like, no, I need some answers. This shit happening to me too. And the wife like, hell no, you tripping. You a crazy ass fan of some of this shit. Get out.
Yeah, weirdos.
But that's when she goes back to Joel, I think. And that's when I think he calls her or something. And he telling her about a survivor.
He was like, why didn't you tell me that these were all connected to your client? And she was like, I mean, hell, at this point, she coming out to the closest people, the people closest to her, and they not believing her. So it's like, why the fuck would you? Yeah. Like, why the fuck would you? So he tells her about a survivor of the chain, and he was saying he didn't kill himself, but he did kill somebody else. And then he killed them in front of his wife, and then that passed on to the next person.
And this definitely gave me Final Destination 2 vibes.
Woo!
My girl's locked up, pretty much locking herself up, and it seemed like he did somewhat of a similar situation to save his shit.
I mean, he committed murder, so like, and confessed to it. He committed. Yeah, you ain't no way around that. He committed murder in a gruesome manner. And
made somebody else, and not only that, he sacrificed somebody else to get passed on to the entity. Yeah, you right. Damn, you right.
And he confessed to it, so yeah.
But he survived. I mean,
he survived.
And I ain't gonna front. Let's be clear. I go through that before I go through this situation with this nigga smiling at me. Take me to jail.
I don't know.
Throw away the key.
This kind of remind me of the. It also kind of remind me of the Babadook, because his whole thing was "let me in."
I haven't watched that all the way through. I haven't watched it all the way through. I haven't. You got me, Bill. I ain't seen the Babadook.
I mean, but yeah, that's when the Babadook. Let me in. That's okay. Hey, that movie is crazy as fuck. Like,
I see it on not Peacock, but Pluto. I be seeing it on Pluto a lot now.
Watch it.
But once my man, because Rose trying to give off the impression that it's not her, it's somebody else that got the entity after them. But he figures this shit out. Like, nah, nigga, this is you. You got to enter the after your ass. Get out of here. Get your black ass away from me. Leave me alone. And he flips out, rightfully so.
Bro,
He done seen this nigga. And he like, I'm good. Get away
being
from me.
sleep deprived, being being chased down and hunted down and mentally and psychologically breaking down to the point
Remember
that
somebody
you
say,
are going to
"It's
kill
cold out here.
yourself.
You want to go get something to eat, go to jail. You want to get some sleep, go to jail." But yes, man, my man said, no, I don't need to deal with none of those issues. Once again, nobody listen to her. Her boss don't listen to her. Sister, her husband don't listen to her. So she gets into a situation where she's just being tormented, continuously being tormented. And she figures out a situation where it's like, maybe I should just go be to myself, isolated.
Oh wait, we ain't gonna skip what she tried to do to Charlie. Up? We not gonna skip what she tried to do to Charlie,
right.
Bro.
Right. That's right before yes, because she done had enough. She had enough. I can't take this shit no more.
And the crazy thing about this is, she doesn't even remember getting to these places to do these things. Like, she just like, after she wakes up out of her whole manic thing, she's like, how the fuck did I get here?
When the therapist was smiling at her and put her hand on her face, it just flipped over, and we didn't know how she got to where she got to or whatever after that situation.
Yeah.
Charlie though, she pretty much goes back to her job, like, and everybody asking her like, "Ain't you supposed to be at home? You ain't even supposed to be here." And she's like, "I gotta get some out of my office." She goes to see Charlie, and she's like, "You got to be the sacrifice." And
why Charlie?
The thing about it is, though, somebody has to watch her do this.
Yep.
And her boss ends up walking in, and she pulls out this big ass Michael Myers blade or knife and tries to stab the shit out of Charlie. But Charlie on some goddamn T-1000 shit. Go ahead. And he starts laughing. I'm like, what the hell going on? Her boss starts pulling off his face.
Yeah. When Charlie started smiling, I was like, this is fake. Or either she transferred the spirit. I don't know. What the fuck?
What's the damn shit? I started thinking about goddamn, what's the movie with them two niggas with Ice Cube in it? The comedy. The shit across it's some street.
What?
It's a comedy movie. It's got Ice Cube in it and Channing Tatum and Jonah Hill. And I think it's called
21 Drunk Street.
Yeah.
21 Drunk Street.
I started thinking about them when they started taking them pills or them drugs and they started tripping out. And that's what made me think about that as far as her and starting to see them doing what they was doing and my man peeling his face off and shit.
She wake up in the car. I was like, but did she bring the knife though for real? Because they didn't show us if she brought the. I was like, she was really about to just go stab the fuck out of Charlie. Damn.
Shout out to Key and Peele. I forgot to mention my man in here from Key and Peele. Get high. You know, Cheech and Chong, our generation Cheech and Chong. Or you can say how high, it don't matter. But anyway, that's her boss. He's pretty much like, you need to go home, you need to chill. But she's still seeing these images. Even after she just had this dream or whatever, this nigga pops up at the mirror, in her window or whatever, and she getting the hell up out of there. Like, she done now. I thought she was going to crash at that point because she just seeing shit everywhere. But
I knew when she was like, when Joel called her, she was like, I got to isolate myself. I knew where she was going. I was like, damn it.
They said something about how long people have lasted, and it's been like a week.
Yeah.
She on her fourth day, or after her fourth. She on like, this has been my fourth day or some shit like that.
Yeah. That's another thing that made me think about The Ring, because, they just like 7 days.
Yeah. And at least they calling you, though.
After, it ain't like, I know, right? After you watched The Ring, did you think you had 7 days?
You said what?
After you watched The Ring, did you think you had 7 days too?
Shit.
I know some people that did. That was like,
I had 24 hours to live. Well, that was pretty much it.
Hey, but this was a testament to how strong her mind was, because I believe that's why the entity was getting even madder at her, because it's like, damn it, it don't usually take me this damn long.
Even with that, or you need to go ahead and go along with this and kill somebody and pass this shit along.
It was
do what
ready
you
for
gonna
her to
do, 'cause
do
I'm
it.
still
Yeah,
gonna be
do
here.
what you exactly. Let me in
Uh,
or kill somebody, ma'am.
this is when we finally get everything coming full circle. The whole thing with her mama, the suicide and everything. And this is kind of her confronting everything that she ain't kind of faced,
Mhm.
even before the entity and what she's been doing, even in her job or whatever, and even the things she's dealt with her husband and her sister or whatever. Now she's dealing with it and she's trying to go face it head on by herself.
Yeah, so and we find out that she was 10 years old and her mom was to me from the observation of the house and the opening scene, it seemed like her mom is depressed and was just abusing prescription
Yep.
drugs. I mean, cuz I don't know I don't know about other people, but I've dealt with a depressed parent before. And not my mom was to that bruh. I've dealt with a depressed parent before. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's just it's a lot. So
I
I mean, yeah.
mean,
I ain't
if
never
you
had
mean in
bumped
the
into no
vein
shit
of
like that.
knowing somebody and them being a certain way for years and then completely flip or changing their personality over and them being like a completely different person, then I understand. Because I've dealt with that situation. You talking about somebody that's just they done. I don't even know if it's depression. It's just like mentally broke down. Like damn,
Life
you
will
don't
do
know
that
that
to
person no
you.
more.
It's the biggest thing is life will fuck you up if you don't learn how to cope, and a lot of people aren't taught healthy coping mechanisms. So the problem is never that you're depressed, and the problem is never the drug or whatever that you're abusing. The problem is you're depressed and you don't know how to cope, or you don't know how to get over that hump, or your brain's not making the proper chemicals for you to get over that hump. And
And that
it's a lot,
temporary thing you using to get
that
away from it.
temporary relief, that temporary high, that escapism. It's a lot of people do that, and either it got better for some people during the pandemic or it got worse. So
I don't even know
yeah,
if I have the time, man. It's like, I should say I should be thankful because my kids like being consumed so much with things you doing. It's like I don't have the time to even. I ain't gonna say consume drugs, but just do shit.
I get what you're saying. I get what you. I mean, it's
I can't
healthy,
be
but it's
pooping.
not healthy. It's healthy, but it's not healthy because you do need to learn how to cope with the things that you went through. Because a lot of people just brush it off when they be like, oh, they don't bother me. Don't do that shit because it will come back to haunt you. It may not be now. It could be 20, 30, 40 years from now. I'm trying to tell you, like, that shit, you got to deal with your demons. Like, literally.
I think it
That's
even could be the same vein as not having the same emotions or having the same feelings or processing things the same way.
Well, that also that's growth and maturity and healing. That's all healing is allowing yourself to feel those feelings, go through those motions, and let them go. That's healing. People act like it's so.
When somebody has just say, for instance, somebody just passed, and somebody like, why you don't cry? Or why you know what I'm saying?
I don't cry when people just pass, and it depends on the person. When it's an old person, depending on how close I was, depending on if I'm gonna cry. But a lot of people in my life that were old that died, I had mentally prepared myself for their death already because I had this weird connection with death, and I could tell you when people. I ain't gonna say I can predict people's death, but I be knowing when death is around. Just saying.
Shit, man.
It's a lot of shit that's weird about me that I just be like, and people be like, that's crazy, that's weird. You not
ain't
serious.
on no craft shit, is you none of these.
What are you talking? What, like the craft, like the movie? It's one of my favorite movies. I love this shit. But no, I'm not on no shit like that.
Turn red, go green.
No, but I know, no, but a lot of people do have that power to speak something into existence, and they don't realize that they have that power. That's why I know some people that have that power too. And it ain't like you can just be like, I need $1 million, because it does not fucking work that way. And it's
it works the way of negative. You can speak negative shit into power, and it's like, yo, that's gonna happen.
Not necessarily. You can speak positive shit into power too, but it's all about Learn it's you about to send me down the whole spirituality route, and that's a
And the
whole
only
nother
reason we
video.
got kind of dived into this as far as where we going as far as the movie, because Smile, give or take, it's a horror movie. It is a mental horror movie at that, especially
Yes.
with what she dealing with.
Psychological
And-
horror.
Yes, because once Rose pretty much gets herself into this situation as far as going to the house where she dealt with this traumatic event and isolating herself to deal with this entity on her own, this is where she kind of confronts her mother. Well, not really her mother, but the entity pretty much imitating her mother or whatever. But it's her kind of confronting her own demons. Well, not really demons, but the things she ain't faced.
Her
that
guilt.
She been traumatized from. It's her demon.
Her
Okay.
guilt.
You gonna say her demons?
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you're
Yeah,
right,
it's-
because her guilt, because she felt like she could have saved her mom or something like that.
yeah, she could have, because her mom told her, I made a mistake, call and get some help, and she didn't.
Oh,
And she said because she was scared. She's 10. First of all, she's scared, and it's like she could have called 911 and being like, my mom's not well, I need help. But she was like, I was terrified of you, and she, it's kind of like the whole Get Out and Get Out, where he was saying like how he was just sitting there watching TV and he knew his mom wasn't gonna come
yeah,
home.
that's a good one. That's a good point. That's a good point. I ain't even think of that. That's a good one. Sync, nigga. But yeah.
But yeah, she could have saved her mom, but she didn't. And like I said, honestly, it depending on if they would have got there in time, because she may not could have, because even if they would have got there in time, they still would have needed to get her to the hospital and pump her stomach. And we don't know how much of what the fuck she took. Because
It was a lot. That room, it was a lot.
Well,
But,
that house looked a mess, and that's another thing about dealing with a parent. That's one thing I can say. Like, ain't dealing with a parent with depression. That house ain't never looked like that though. Hell no, never.
That's true. I haven't either. So
Never.
I can't even speak on it.
Never. Not even the times that
Definitely
I
shout
was
out to people
depressed.
who have had to deal with those situations. But
Look,
once
I've
this
been depressed before in my house. Never.
Oh, you talking about just holding a household?
I-
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
just like that is it was just dirty, and I'm just like, I'm sorry.
Sometimes
Me and my
you can
hygiene.
use that because that cleaning shit, you turn into I gotta keep moving.
Yes.
I don't want to.
Yes,
I don't want to move.
gotta move.
But once this entity actually starts, or Rose starts to confront the entity or whatever, entity like, I'm tired of playing with you. Let's get to business. And this is where we get the true identity of the entity and what it looks like. And nigga,
Yo,
tall,
this
lurky ass nigga come out of nowhere, smile.
this entity looks so much better than what they tried to do in It Too. I was so disappointed in that lady in It Too.
That
I
could
was
be an argument.
I was disappointed in the when she had went back to her old house and and It was fucking with her.
Oh, you talking about the
Yeah.
girl?
This looks so much better than that one, and
That shit was creepy, terrifying
Yes.
as hell. Nobody
And
wants
like-
to see this.
like you said, that did remind me of Barbarian.
Yes, tall, long ass hair coming out. I'm like, where was they getting these ideas? By the way, they working for me because this shit is terrifying. Now, once again, I'm with Barbarian. I go in there and chill with her. I'll suck the bottle and whatever. I play how
Exactly.
I don't matter. I don't want to deal with this cheesing ass Negro coming in smiling and he loving this. She loving this. Whoever this is, they loving it. And Rose, man, she pretty much tries to confront it because the entity's pretty much like, you can't fight your mind. Your mind is
she
here.
got this.
I'm in your mind.
Rose is like, my mind is powerful. I'm overcoming this shit.
God damn it, we on some Nightmare on Elm Street type shit.
Right.
But she does fight back, and we seem like Rose looked like she might have a good outcome. It looked like she actually defeats the entity, setting it on fire. Her goddamn making her look grand entrance walk away. We got a hero. She made it. Like everything might be all good, man. Shit.
It was too good to be true.
Even her though, you can kind of see that relief in her face. She goes to Joel, talking to him like, "Yo,
I just want to sleep.
Like I'm sorry.
I'm ready to take a nap. Damn it, I ain't been asleep.
And I just want you to watch me sleep. And I
Exactly.
I get it too. I'm like, yeah, just watch me. Joel like, shit, I'll watch you. Yeah, I don't mind watching. Shit, I'll watch you forever. Oh shit. And Joel starts laughing on some Crypt Keeper type shit.
I was
this is
like,
the first time we done seen him, because we done seen everybody, not the husband or the person she engaged with, but everybody else we done seen pretty much turn to the entity or whatever. And Joel finally, and it's like now she can't trust nobody.
Well, I kind of saw this coming as far as like Joel, because when she left her phone in the car, I was like, she do realize he a police officer and that he can track her phone.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say I seen the Joel thing coming. I just seen the ending coming as far as, no, this ain't gonna go that way. No. This is gonna end on a bad note. I feel it. And she pretty much tries to run out of Joel's apartment, but she ain't at Joel's apartment. She's back at the original house as far as her childhood home. She ain't going nowhere.
It's like, oh, come on, damn it.
And that's how much of an asshole this entity is. It's like, I'm gonna play with you a little bit more. You made it. Go ahead. Now I'm like, no. That's some nightmare. Like, no. That's Freddy Krueger type shit right there. Thinking you got away, you good.
No, yeah.
But
and then go ahead.
No, it's just the fact that she's so paranoid now. The real Joe actually comes, and I'm like, nigga, you would have ran to the car. I don't know what would have happened, but she runs back into the house because she's so paranoid now, because she don't know what's between reality and what's going on now from the shit she just seen with Joe.
Well, also she knows that she's just like, who's the entity? Is it like, where is it at? And at this point, she just kind of like, at this point, you got to admit defeat. Like, damn it. And at this point, I mean, because like Joel is there, and I was just like, just leave, nigga. Like, it's over. It's over. She done. Just leave.
And this is happy ass nigga. He just in there like, oh yeah, there you go. I knew you coming back. Hey.
Yep.
Rick James, bitch.
Right, and it take off the face.
Yes.
With the multiple mouths and just.
But he wasn't done. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Because she's sitting there just
open up.
On some goddamn Grudge shit. They went to all the movies. They got the Grudge, the Ring, and all of it.
They did.
All of it.
They typed in best horror movie scenes and just started taking everything from
Let's just mash everything together and do the best that we can. Give or take, it was executed well, so I'm not mad. But once the entity starts taking off his face, it's like, I ain't finished. Open your mouth up, Rose. Let me in there. Yeah, let me in. Put it in your mouth.
Oh, God.
Entity is all the way in. And Joel,
swallow.
He's trying to help Rose, man.
And I'm like, dude, go save yourself. Run away.
The entity, though, I'm like, did you see this big ass nigga? And Rose, it was like in the condo. When that greedy ass motherfucker on the movie was trying to eat it, it was like, no, I don't want this. Let me get you out. Like, he spit the whole motherfucker out. He knew he couldn't fit that shit both of them in. But yes, man. Joe pretty much breaks in Rose. She's pretty much on her photography shit. She posing. TikTok.
He searched, man, when he searching with the flashlight and you hear the gasoline being poured, and I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, you know what's about to happen. Leave, run,
what will
turn
happen
away.
If he knocked it out of her hand, though? If they actually, I want to know what would happen if they stop somebody. They ain't never get to that.
I wonder what happens if, I don't know. See, that's what I mean. I don't know if it like fixates you to the point where you can't look away. Because I'm like, can't you just leave the house? Can't you? No, because he saw what she was doing. Now, as a smart
That's what I'm
person,
saying.
as a logical person, as a detective police officer, sir, you see what she about to do. Leave. Why are you about to sit here and watch this? You know what's about to happen to you and her. Leave.
And she didn't even have a light. She had matches. That shit take time. Like she had to go
Exactly.
through the box
He-
and open. That's why I
he
said
had-
you could have pushed the matches. Something.
He could have.
I just want to know what would have happened if he would have possibly stopped her.
I want to know what happened if he wouldn't have actually watched. Like, do you have to just be in the same room, or do you have to see it happen? Because
Yes.
I'm like, what?
Oh,
like,
it definitely is past him. Absolutely.
yeah, because
past
yeah,
him.
oh yeah, absolutely. But I'm just like, he could have left. Could he not have turned around,
You gotta
or could he
understand,
not
that's
have
his
just left the
ex.
house?
He
Fuck
just
that.
watched. He just tried
If
to
your
help
ex
her.
set themselves on
And she
fire,
just
you
watched
gonna
her.
watch? You
couldn't-
gonna watch your ex burn? Fuck.
No, but it's like, what would you do in that situation? It's like you just,
I'm-
just happened? What just happened?
Self, I'm about to be like Trevor. Self-preservation says, if I watch you, now I'm cursed. If I don't watch you, you're dead, and this ends. Right? Right?
But he didn't know that. He didn't
Yes,
know
he
that.
did. Yes, he did, because he knew that the connection of all of this shit that's happening. He knew you had to watch someone commit suicide. So why are you watching her commit suicide? I don't. He knew this shit. He
Did he
knew,
believe
he
it
didn't-
though? I don't.
I guess
I don't think
he
he
about to
believed.
find out. He about to find out, me. Joel, you should have believed the shit. Man, after watching that dude with the
And they definitely. Well, I ain't gonna
the-
say they.
the hedge clippers, like, bro, why the fuck would you want it? You seen all these
Man,
gruesome
look at this
photos, and you sat there and watched your ex set themselves on fire. Ain't no damn way. Ain't no damn. I would have been, as soon as I
I
saw
already
the gasoline, I would have been like,
Because I'm pretty sure they didn't know if this movie was going to be like successful or not to set up a sequel. But with this being making money or whatever, I'm pretty sure he's definitely going to be in line for the sequel. And I wonder if we're going to get a sequel where he figuring something out on some Final Destination shit, where I maybe have a way to not defeat it but hold it off for a minute. I can
What you
hold
gotta
this shit
do?
off.
you gotta make a tape, take a picture. You know, the whole ring,
I mean,
you gotta
shit.
make a tape and pass it on.
Damn. Or maybe he would kill
That's what-
somebody and he get locked up. Maybe he say, fuck it, I'm gonna do this shit.
He a
You ain't do-
police officer. I mean, I would go kill a child molester or something. Just
Yeah, I mean, you can look it up. Yeah, I ain't think about that. Damn, we on some punish and shit. Like,
look, hell yeah. I mean, because I'm not just about to do this to, but then you also got to think about who are you passing it on to. Like,
That's it.
I
And you
pass
gotta
it on
realize,
to
too,
another
it's still
molester
out
or a
here.
rapist.
so maybe
Right.
it should be, I think that's the thing I think they're gonna dive into is the sequel too, as far as maybe the origin and maybe a way to defeat it. Possibly. You never know with these movies. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't think they figure shit out with the Grudge. That nigga still out here on her shit. Damn, Bert. Please, Bert.
Pat the baby back.
Damn, are you yawning? But
But yeah, it was a
Between
good movie,
Barbarian
fun ride.
and Smile, creepy factor, and as far as y'all villains, makeup, and all of that, and what y'all been able to do with practical effects, because this somewhat maybe had CGI, but when we got up close, this nigga looked absolutely terrifying. It kind of reminded me of some shit on Are You Afraid of the Dark?
That's exactly what I was thinking when you just,
The grin of,
but
oh, this,
it kind of looked like this one character on what is it called? It was a spinoff of Goosebumps, The
I don't
Haunting
know,
Hour.
but that nigga definitely went to that Doctor Who do teeth. To the celebrity teeth. Look at that nigga. Yee.
That's why I be telling people, man, I get money. I'm not fixing my teeth because I don't like the way that shit do not look natural. I get some Invisaligns or some shit like that or a retainer. I'm not getting no fucking fake teeth. That shit look terrible.
I'm just joking around, but hey, got the new teeth. You want to go on the date? Hit somebody up? Hey.
That's the profile pic
What up?
right there. That's the profile pic.
But
I I want to be inside of you. That's what.
You want me? I want you. Definitely, man. Barbarian. They upped you with this one. I ain't gonna front. This was way more creepy. You were scary, and this was creepy. I'm gonna put it like that. Other than that, I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel about this as far as Smile on Paramount Plus. Let me know as far as horror movies out of 2022, where you would put this on your list. Other than that, anything else you want to add before we get off here?
No, but yeah, that thing definitely looks like the thing on The Haunting Hour. The episode is called Dreamcatcher. So, like, I'm looking at a picture of it right now. It looks very similar. That shit is wild as fuck.
If you get a chance, look up The Grinner. I think that's what it's called. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's what I'm thinking about.
The Ghastly Grinner?
Yeah.
The comic book one? I like that. That's one of my favorite episodes.
That's what this mom making me think about.
That's what,
the
yeah.
Ghastly Grinner.
Yes.
But yes, y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this. Other than that, what we got coming up next? Well, I'll just let y'all know this week. I gotta see, man.
We need to do it. We need to close out Atlanta.
Atlanta is definitely next. Let me know what you got going on tomorrow, because I'm available tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then right. Tuesday or Wednesday. Just let me know. Definitely Atlanta. I already got the images and stuff for the setup. So just let me know. Right. Outside of the season finale of Atlanta, let me see. I'm trying to get back with Real Ish Real Talk. I just re-uploaded back the audio that I had accidentally erased off or whatever. So I am trying to work on that. But I'm trying to do something where I don't have to do it on Fridays, because between music and just certain things that we like to talk about, I want to keep kind of uncut in the format of Fridays, especially with people that I know coming and checking us out now on Fridays the way they do. So I don't want to change that up. I'm going to keep that on Fridays, but I'm working on it. We're going to see. I'm working on it. Outside of that, make sure y'all hop over there on Facebook. Check out Nadia. She got a new freestyle over there for y'all. Might see if I can chop it up or something and throw it on the page, on the channel.
Hey.
Definitely going to be working on some things. Uncut, though, of course, Friday. I'm going to just let y'all know as far as throughout the week what I got coming up, because I really, right at this moment, can't tell you besides Atlanta and Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I do plan on working on that. Tussle King, as far as TV shows, I'm trying to do that. That's on Paramount Plus too. And retro TV show reviews. I know I've been doing movies, but I'm trying to go back and do some TV shows. I'm trying to go between Sons of Anarchy and maybe Prison Break. I'm going to let y'all know. I even been thinking about 24, but 24 is way too goddamn long, and I'm not doing 25 episodes of that. No. Yes. You got to remember back in the day, like Lost and all of them TV shows, that was like 20, 22 episodes, and no, I'm not doing all that. Because I'm going to be doing episode reviews, not like full season reviews, because it's like certain details and shit, and I ain't going to remember all that for a full season.
People
American Horror Story New York.
How you feeling about that?
How I feel about what?
American Horror Story New York.
Oh, I'm planning on doing a review on that. I watched the whole thing. I am planning on talking about it, because if you check it out, I think you will want to talk about it too, because spoilers, they kind of have reference to the AIDS epidemic going into the latter half as far as when it first came in. And it's kind of this killer, and he's kind of the reference to it. But it's another killer in here that's actually good on it. If you check it out, it's they just
I give it a shot. I was looking for something else to watch today after I finished Smile. So.
Well, let me know. Yeah, I'll wait. I definitely want to check it out to try to do a little review on it, because I ain't in no rush. But I do want to do like the older American Horror Story seasons, like Coven. I know that's the one I feel like you would like, or Asylum. Just let me know which one you would like to check out first.
Did you like the one with the clowns? What was that one called?
The clowns. Was it the shit like the
Sideshow Freak Show? Oh
no, I ain't even watch all the way through. I didn't. I still have it. I ain't even watched that one. But yeah, just let me know if you get a chance to check it out. We can do that one. I'll probably go ahead and maybe jump on that one, and we'll just do a different one as far as Asylum or Coven if you want to.
I'm gonna see what this New York one doing.
Go ahead.
Like I
then,
said,
man.
it was just hard. Last week was just hard because, man, not getting my rest on the weekend and then going into the week. And then my daughter got sick. It was just way too damn much. I was
And that's
like,
what I'm trying to
Lord.
see how this week gonna be. I don't know, man.
I'm like, man, the kids got a half day on Tuesday. I don't even know if I'm sending them.
I
I
just
don't
thought
care.
about that. This is Thanksgiving week. Emma,
Yep.
we'll let y'all know, man. Friday.
I'm about to say
actually
you good
my
for.
birthday.
That's what I said. You good for Friday?
I got to let you know. I might be doing
Yeah.
Saturday again. We actually might have to do Saturday if you free. I'm just letting you know. Here's a.
I ain't
y'all
doing
gotta think
shit.
about it.
I ain't going Black Friday shopping. I'm only going to people's house on Thursday. So
All right. Well, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 11,000 subs. Make sure you hit that notification bell, let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, we out.
a